Horoscope, the 10th of December 2016. Daily Horoscope for Aries. Ruling planets: Mars, Pluto. Your emotions may be reactive now. Thought important for you to take a step back and wait for the appropriate moment to voice your opinion or to attack your competitor, coworker. In the heat of the moment, you may say things that you regret and that may haunt you in the coming weeks and months. So it's best to take control of yourself and let things pan out for a while. There may be an opportunity to connect with a group of people, perhaps those from your past, as for example group reunion or even a family get-together. This is a wonderful time to mix with others, extend your network of friends and enjoy life. You have to assert yourself in some situations, especially if others are taking advantage of you. You might need to read someone the right act if they're taking your friendship and goodwill for granted today. Daily Horoscope for Taurus. Ruling planets: Venus. Bask in the love of family and friends. You don't need to go anywhere today to enjoy your life. You want to help a friend or relative in need, but your own circumstances may hinder you. There may be other ways you can help them. Be creative about this. Environmental conditions appear to have a strong influence on your state of mind and ability to handle your work-related tasks. Arguments, confusion, and frequent upheavals at work can play havoc with your nervous system. Try to avoid those that upset you emotionally, mentally, or physically to prevent any reaction on your health. Under all the gloss, your inner happiness is being eroded slightly. Try to be honest with yourself and others by simply saying "I'm tired." You don't have to dance to anyone else's tune right now, only your own. Horoscope for Gemini. Ruling planets: Mercury. You may have every reason under the sun for being aggressive and vehement in your approach with someone. However, by remaining composed, you give yourself a greater edge in different areas. In not playing the game by the rules others set today, you independently determine your own rules. Before making a decision on a personal matter, you need to get all your ducks in a row before making an appropriate choice. You mustn't forget that friends are human. Your expectations are out of proportion with what is possible. You may be let down by the false promises of someone you have placed far too much faith and trust in. Bear in mind, however, that this is not a malicious undermining of your faith and more to do with their inability to make good their commitments. Daily Horoscope for Cancer. Ruling planets: Moon. Carrying out day-to-day routines and obligations with your companion could prove more pleasant during this period, especially today. Interestingly, you could receive an invitation or at least news of a wedding, birth, party, or engagement now. Information from afar intrigues you today. Finding a safe haven, a holiday house which is somewhere where you can be with yourself to think your issues through, is a priority now. Friendships at a distance may precipitate a journey, but these may not be altogether pleasurable as issues have to be dealt with. Money will also take up a lot of your time and will involve discussion of business partnerships. You can turn your dreams into reality, but you'll have to control yourself and not react angrily if things aren't exactly going your way. Avoid power struggles during this week. Daily Horoscope for Leo. Ruling planets: Sun. If you want to share your knowledge and passion today, you are more likely to get the message across via a more soulful approach rather than through dry intellectual persuasion. You will want to socialize and talk with people you have common interests and ideals with. A more positive feedback from others is assured through loving gestures, even if what you have to say now is technically correct. Clearing up problems or misunderstandings in relationships can be on the schedule now. Take the time to talk about the hard issues and you can increase trust and gain a measure of respect. This applies to both personal and professional relationships. Whatever you do, don't bottle up your feelings. During this time, you can make a strong statement to the world about who you are, and your presence has a more noticeable effect upon the people in your environment. If you want to make an impression on others, now is a fine time to do so. People recognize you and are likely to follow your lead. Daily horoscope for Virgo. Ruling planets, Mercury. You're a bit restless and unsettled today. Maybe you're caught between conflicting estimates. Be sure you know the real cost before you get involved in any projects. The right combination of intellect and sensitivity will help you to achieve your goals. Whether through meditation, a walk in the park, or a private moment with your favorite music, making space for yourself will help clear your mind on these matters. Although you may feel as though there's been some financial loss, take this to be a lesson to be learned from. The other point here under this full moon is that your real wealth has more to do with what's going on within you than outside. Reconnecting with your own femininity, even if you happen to be a man, is very important to help you move to a new level of equanimity and consistent happiness. Daily horoscope for Libra. Ruling planets, Venus. Commitments to beliefs pay off in today's cycle for Libra. You could do some excellent charity or volunteer work, as spiritual concerns hold hidden opportunities. Utilize this positive power of visualization now, because it's time to deal with the inner world more than the outer world. Picture the outcomes that you want and then make them happen. Stop wearing your heart on your sleeve and believing everything others tell you. During this cycle, you could be tempted to extend yourself and help someone who may not be particularly genuine in their need. There are better ways to help others rather than just forking out cold hard cash. Solid advice that can help them seems the better alternative now. Daily horoscope for Scorpio. Ruling planets, Pluto, Mars. Your monetary situation is subject to some extreme fluctuations at present, and your mind is definitely thinking of strategies for stabilizing this. You may be the recipient of a gift, or possibly even may gain through inheritance, alimony, or insurance benefits. Try expanding your view and investigating alternative financial propositions and strategies with a view to securing your long-term future needs. The issues of commitment may be rearing their heads again, and this can be difficult, especially if the love appears to be one-sided. Sharing responsibilities in your romantic life are something that you aspire to, but bringing that to the realm of practical day-to-day life is where you are going to be the challenge now. Although you want more commitment from the other person, be careful not to push too hard. Timing is everything, and the packaging of the gift is sometimes more enticing than what's inside the box. Remember that. Likewise with your communication. Daily horoscope for Sagittarius. Ruling planets, Jupiter, Neptune. If you can also introduce aesthetics and creative flair in your work, you'll add a new dimension to your function. Consider the way in which you creatively embellish your craft. Today, a problem that has been bothering you may suddenly vanish, as if by magic. Don't question it, just enjoy the rest of the day. Enhance your appearance by wearing fine clothes. It's amazing how you can lift your class a couple of notches just by the way you use color and fashion. You'll have to juggle finances at present, and you can't blame the economic downturn completely for where you're at financially speaking. Look more closely at your monetary habits and consider a practical budget. Daily horoscope for Capricorn. Ruling planets, Saturn, Uranus. Marital and relationship issues dominate your mental and emotional landscape currently. On the one hand, you can enjoy the company of the one you love, but lurking beneath the surface are subtle dissatisfactions that need to be addressed. If you are glossing over these important issues, it's only a matter of time before they blow up in your face. You can become a lot more certain your feelings now, and although you've been hurt in the past, Your trust level is starting to lift. This doesn't mean you have to be blinded by love, rather, you should give people the opportunity to prove themselves and hopefully they can pass your test of romantic reliability. Daily horoscope for Aquarius. Ruling planets, Uranus, Saturn. If you are not able to control yourself, you may not have an excuse for doing the wrong thing. Containment and impulse control are the key words today. Take off your rose-colored glasses if you're out on the town. An admirer will be less satisfying than you think. Your family and friends will support you or help you to see a different point of view. If they were experiencing problems, the problems are in the process of clearing up. There are 3 words to describe your health situation: improvement, sex, and sensuality. Social activities mark your agenda now. You need to be careful not to overload yourself. Double booking yourself could be a problem. Daily horoscope for Pisces. Ruling planets, Neptune, Jupiter. If you are washed out, it may not be because of any physical exertion. Mental and emotional intensity can do that too. Take a few extra vitamins and switch off. You could be annoyed if the place that has been chosen for a gathering or fun time is at a distance. You may have to dress elegantly only to find that the journey makes things very uncomfortable. Perhaps you should dress down a little. You could have a crammed schedule over the next day or two, so you need to prioritize those people and activities that are going to be useful. Sifting the time wasters from those who genuinely have something to offer will be your most pressing issue. If you rely on your emotional responses to this question, you may falter. Unfortunately, you may have to be somewhat ruthless in picking and choosing those you'd like to spend your valuable time with now.